What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are here for our match preview of the upcoming game between Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich. It's the Klassiker. It's going to be a fun one, so I hope you guys are excited for the game and you're excited for this preview. And if you are, be sure to drop a like on today's video, drop a sub as well, and let's get into the video now. Alright guys, it's the Klassiker week. The match is coming up this Saturday. It's going to be Dortmund taking on Bayern at home, and it feels like a title decider already. Very early on in the season. It's crazy to think about, but it's in the past we've seen it before. If you're not too careful, Bayern can just get these wins up and up and up and up, and they just take off and they can never be caught. This is a massive opportunity because if Bayern lose, Dortmund are first. That's as simple as it can be. Right now, at the top of the table, Bayern are sitting there with, after 13 games, they have 10 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses, 31 points. And Dortmund's in second after 13 games with 10 wins, 0 draws, 3 losses, 30 points. So this is already a huge make or break, because if we're able to win, we'll be 2 points in front of Bayern. And if Bayern are able to win, they then go up to 4, and that takes at least 2 games to catch back up. So this importance of this game has never been stressed long enough. And for you guys who don't know, our recent form against Bayern has been atrocious. We have lost 6 competitive matches in a row to Bayern, and it just seems like it's a psychological hump that we just can't seem to get over. But I know this season hasn't went according to plan, considering we just got knocked out of the Champions League. There's been injuries left, right, and center, but it shows that we're still getting the results, and this could be a big opportunity to do it. Let's take a look at the form now, and both sides actually have the exact same record in their last 5 league matches. Bayern and Dortmund have both won 4, drew 0, and lost 1 of their last 5, so they're 4-0-1. Relatively good form. I know sprinkled in between there a little bit in the Champions League, there's Dortmund crashing out, but we're not going to take a look at that. We're going to focus on the Bundesliga because that's what this matchup is going to be. And it really seems like it could go any way, but it's that psychological impact that I think losing 6 competitive matches to Bayern in a row is going to have, including earlier in the Super Cup this year. But now, guys, let's move over to our starting 11. We're going to take a look at Borussia Dortmund, and I'm going to line them up today in my predicted starting 11 with a 4-2-3-1. And there is still a lot that's up in the air, guys, so this may be completely wrong. We got the up in the airness of Guerrero and Haaland, as well as even Jude, and even Kanji might have took up a little knock, but I feel relatively confident maybe of going with this starting 11. This is what I think it's going to look like in the 4-2-3-1. We have Kobel in net, right back Thomas Meunier, center back Akanji and Hummels. Left back, I got Guerrero coming back in there. Obviously, if he's not fit, more than likely we're going to see Nico Schultz back in there at left back. The 2 CDMs, I'm going with what worked and what worked recently, and that's Dahoud and Emre Can. I thought they complemented each other very well. The aggressiveness, the sturdiness of a composed Can can be a game changer, as well as Dahoud, who comes in there with that passing and even long-range shooting that you're not going to really find with any other player on this side. And that's, again, going under the fact that I think Jude is not going to be fit for this game. At right attacking mid, I'm going to put Daniel Malen. I'm going to put Malen there because you guys probably know who I'm putting up at striker, but Malen playing on the wing is something that I can think he can be successful at. He does like coming in and cutting on his side and shooting, so potentially see him swapping over to the right and left, but I'm going to put him on the right today because someone who's been performing at the left, I don't think you can touch that, and that is Brandt, who I'm going to put on the left attacking mid. I have him there because Brandt's had so many question marks about whether he can play on the wing or not. I've been his harshest critic, saying he cannot, and he's found a way to be successful, but he's primarily been playing successful through the left-hand side, where he's got the ability to put the ball onto his favored right foot and swing balls in the box. So I'm going to keep him planted there with Marco Reus playing at the 10 for our center attacking mid. It's where Reus is at his best. It's where he's at his most influential, and I do not think that you should touch that at all. And hopefully that front 3 can do some damage with, of course, Erling Haaland up front, who he's a freak of nature, guys. We know that. He's fighting for his life to get back in, get in the starting 11, because he wants to play in this matchup. And I think, knowing how Haaland is, I think he can do it. We already saw him come on against Wolfsburg and make an instant impact, which he seems to usually do. So I'm hoping that this is going to be the starting 11, and the mentality in there with a healthy Haaland, I think, is going to be able to lift this side to potentially cause some damage. Moving on over now and taking a look, guys, at my predicted starting 11 for Bayern. It's going to be their typical 4-2-3-1. We got Manuel Neuer, who I think is going to go in net. Right back Benjamin Pavard, who I think can be a potential for us to exploit down that left-hand side. At the 2 center backs, I got Upamecano and Lucas Hernandez, with left back Alphonso Davies. For the 2 CDMs, I got Tolisso with Goretzka. Obviously, Kimmich not being able to make it due to COVID, which is huge. Obviously, his impact in the midfield is almost irreplaceable, and Tolisso's going to have a big job to have to do there. At right attacking mid, I got Gnabry. Left attacking mid, I got Leroy Sané. Their cam, I got Thomas Müller, and their striker, Robert Lewandowski. So there's a lot of interesting weak points. I mean, not having Kimmich in there, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Tolisso. Can he do it consistently, as well as what Bayern fans and everyone really knows that weak point at right back with Benjamin Pavard, because I personally think he's a center back, guys. So as we always do here, guys, we're going to take a look at two key matchups. And the two key matchups for me that I think are going to have a great impact on the success of this side is going to see the damage that Lewandowski can do up against Mats Hummels. And I'm picturing these two together because Lewandowski finds a way to get in the back of the net in every single way. We've seen some of the crazy headers he's pulled off in the past and just the ability to be able to get the ball in the back of the net from anywhere. Mats Hummels is going to have a legendary performance today. He sometimes struggles when it comes to being able to just simply defend. And this is a big opportunity for Hummels to step up, take on his ex-teammate in a couple different ways. Both of them have rocked the Dortmund and Bayern jersey together, and he's got to have a huge task on his hands to be able to keep Lewandowski at bay, because if Lewandowski gets firing, it's going to be very hard for Bayern to not win this match. The second matchup, guys, I'm going to take a look at is going to be a tough one, and it's going to be a midfield battle of Royce versus Thomas Müller. Now, in my opinion, these two players really show what it's like to play for Dortmund and to play for Bayern. I think both of them are going to have the ability to pull the strings in the midfield. Both are playing in a 4-2-3-1 setup as the cam, and I think both are going to have a huge influential in terms of whether the team can produce or not. Marco Reus playing at the 10 again. You've seen a bit of a reignite in his game. It's where he's comfortable at his age and his style. This is where he needs to play. And Thomas Müller, Mr. Consistency, playing through the middle there, having two lightning pace wingers on the side with potentially could be even Coman or Gnabry, Sané, and of course Lewandowski up front. So the impact that these two players are going to have going forward is going to be vital to see whether the team is going to have some success. All right, guys, now it's time for prediction time to close off our preview like we always do. And I just don't really want to do a prediction, but I'm going to. It gives me vibes of that 2018-19 season. I really think this is a potential to see what Dortmund can do. This is the biggest test. You are the home side, and it's not all pretty going on in Bayern right now, especially with, some of the COVID issues, seeing one of their best players, Kimmich, not being there, the sponsorship deal going on there as well. So there's a little uprest in the Bayern camp, and being the home side, this is a game Dortmund have to win. If they want to compete for the Bundesliga table, go for the title. This is it. This is the type of games you have to win, and if you don't, it's just going to be a huge derail in my opinion. So a lot of pressure on Marco Rose and decide to get the job done, and you know what? I don't care. I'm going to say that they're going to do it. I think they're going to find a way. I'm going to say a 3-2 game because that seems in the last few results the type of game that it's going to be. So I'm hoping that you guys potentially agree with me. Be sure to let me know in the comments what your guys' score prediction is as well. And be sure to join us, guys, for the watch along. The watch along will be here on the channel. And of course, our 5 takeaways will be directly after. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a busy one. So hey, Bay for Bay, let's see what we can do, and let's go from there, guys. So I appreciate you guys tuning in for this preview. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you haven't, as well as drop a sub. Always appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in the watch along. Cheers, friends.